I sit in front of my computer, unknowing how to start again. I don't know how to start again. Alright, I promise this isn't another sad, melodramatic video. I'll bring you the shiny models in a minute, but first, let me try to warm up to the YouTube stuff again. Let me explain where I've been these past 5 months. You guys, earlier this year, I debuted with a thank you for 10,000 and a promise that this year would be so jam-packed with new and thrilling content and that it would feel electrifying. But it has turned out to be anything but. Stick with me, this still isn't a sad video. Alright, let's see. With my spare money and off time, I bought my dream car. I spent stupid money trying to make it work, but turned out to be a lemon. I worked overtime for the car, but mostly to afford the SudrianRails Grand Tour. When I wasn't at work, I was at the gym. When I wasn't at either, I was asleep. Right after I dropped the Toby video too, so a good month and a half afterwards until we embarked to the UK, I was working 6 days a week whilst juggling a new relationship, physical and mental health, and trying to finish Hybrid Duck before leaving. In late June, we revealed Duck with time to spare before leaving, but he got a lot of backlash on his design and features. We had to, with our very limited time, go back and basically start the whole exporting process from scratch with 2 weeks until we left. I know, that's on us, but more on that later. We put the model out just in time and left for the UK the very next day. We being me, Southern, and KiwiConductor, plus some other guests. For the entirety of July, we were basically in Wales and London for the last Audrey extravaganza, with other side adventures as well. Vlogs on that, coming soon. After that, I was ecstatic and honored to have been part of such a lovely and rejuvenating trip, but most presently, I was drained and overwhelmed. Me and South came back for a day, 1 day, before leaving again for the final stop of the SudrianRails Grand Tour, Pennsylvania, Strasbourg. The final stop in this once-in-a-lifetime tour, and to finally meet some online friends I had known for over 5 years. My body and brain were tired and said no, but how could I say no? I made commitments. I had to go, not just for me, not just for the tour, but for my friends. Now we go, we have a blast, and it doesn't even feel like work. It does genuinely feel like a vacation, but I haven't given my social battery any time to recharge. The last time I was completely by myself was in June. It is August now. I'm back from the trip, and the tour is over. I'm happy I'm home and finished, but saying goodbye to friends I'm not sure if I'll ever get to see again is heartbreaking. Alright, I'm home now. Except now I'm flat broke. I have maybe 200 in my account, so back to the 6 days a week of work I go to. Except I get to work and 2 people have been fired, so now I'm picking up the slack of 2 people who just got laid off. So I get back from the vacation and the first thing I'm going back to is a good 2 weeks back to back. I'm working 8 days in a row. I'm drained. I get my car back from the mechanic I left it at and it still doesn't work. I got a little fat, I can't lie. I'm drained. Time is passing by. I have to put out the videos before people lose interest. And yet somehow it's already September. I blink and half of September has already blown by me. I say that's enough, and I force myself to sit in front of my computer and start working on Stop. I forced myself. Why am I forcing myself to commit to my passion? Is this not my favorite hobby? Is this not what I love doing? Is this not what I love?
You had such a spark. Like, it was this beautiful thing of somebody being in love with something and being great at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how long that kind of thing lasts.
I think that's what I'm saying, Bear. You found something that you love, and it's completely 100% okay if...
What?
If you don't love it anymore. Because the most special part about it is that you are capable of that love.
let us start fresh. I sold that project car, and I bought a reliable car, and it's so much more fun. I fell in love with that car hobby again, which has taken a big precedence in my life this year. I eased back into the SudrianRails character after metaphorically wearing that Letterman jacket for 6 months straight. I edited stuff I wanted to work on, namely the second installment of the tour. I started falling back in love with the content creation again, but I know now I can't do it all, and especially not all at once. All this to say that the hybrid series will be slowing down and be taking a backseat to the vlogs, at least for now. And though Wave 1 being the last wave was a fake out, there's a good chance Wave 2 will be the real, authentic end. I'm running out of time, especially as this love for modeling slowly fleets from me. But this passion, this fire, although smaller now, still burns. I told you before, this is not a sad video. This is how Alright, I know I just trauma dumped on you guys and everything, but just to, add more salt to the wound, as of recording this in late November, I'm just barely recovering from a fever I had gotten last minute. I literally recorded the intro part and then got the fever, and I've been down for a week. And then since then, I've also had not a lot of spare time because I've unfortunately had a family member in the ER for a bit, just due to some serious health issues. So I just hope you guys understand that this isn't I don't really feel like it type of thing. It's just kind of like everything in my life has been contradicting me to be able to do this type of stuff. But anyway, the initial conception of Hybrid Duck initiated well over a year ago now, as in that's when I first started working on him. As in, the very rough and rudimentary beginnings of the model. As in, just TVS Duck with some rough draft details. The Duck model was generously donated by Unhelpful Git for the creation of Hybrid Duck. As is shown here, depicts how large TVS Duck is next to Hybrid Thomas. Now keep in mind, Hybrid Thomas is still generally the same size and height of TVS Thomas, so TVS Duck in general is just way too large. This means when we go for an actual attempt for Hybrid Duck, he'll have to be sized down to proportionally fit in with the other locomotives, much like we did for Hybrid Toby. So let's start anew. I replaced the chassis with my own wheels and bearings. I shortened the running board base and cut off the back of the chassis to help with the shrinkage. This here is to give you the idea of the change in size. TVS Duck shell on Hybrid Duck chassis. Now, speaking of TVS Duck's shell, this one still has the details I rough drafted for the design earlier in the year. Now, to resize the shell.
Was there something wrong with my body? Am I not what you wanted, babe? If I ever tried, I would evergreen. He tears me to
And there we go. Huh. That was pretty quick. Alright, thank you one and all for tuning into today's installment. Nah, I'm just kidding. More tweaks to be done.
Try to unlock these chains on my heart, but I'd left the keys with you. How, you got me so blind I cannot see.
Kinda. The smoke box is obviously still awkward, but that's a problem for a little later. Kiwi asked me to remove the smoke box altogether, but it ended up making a comeback with me remaking it entirely. But for a while, I'd be struggling with said smoke box.
Well, you always used to say I got to you when you get to me.
I did the boiler support optional load and added a few last minute details and fixes, and boom, hybrid duck was done.
Well, you get to me, babe. You get to me, babe. You used to tell me that I got to you, but you get to me.
One year later, I left the model, quote, finished for a year. Since then, I showed it off publicly at a fandom event we hosted, where it would get its sole public reveal for the first time. Until June, when he was publicly revealed in 4K to the internet. Oh, I was so excited for everybody to see.
It's just so sad. I've been loving you too long. Stop now.
The people did not like it. So I had to get back in the lab, back in the shop, and start fixing it to the people's liking. Not to mention the accuracy flaws the model currently had. The first fix, these step bits were only found on the left side of the panniers, whereas my model currently had them on both. So we removed them on the right. Second, this whistle holder or whistle backing was extended way too tall on the original version. Admittedly, I think I knew, and I liked how it looked, but the people didn't. So I reverted it to be short and accurate to real 57s. Now, the biggest qualm of all was the size of his smoke box. Everyone said it was too large and too tall up, and I don't know. I refused to believe it, seeing as I followed 57XX orthographics, and I was in denial. But after the 6th comment on it, I knew there was no way I was in the right. So I booted it up, checked it maybe the 4th or 5th time, and shit. They're right.
I've been loving you.
Unfortunately, this was a really hard fix. It didn't help that I hadn't modeled in a couple months as is, and now I had to do some complex vertex work that I was never even really good at. Because to remake the smoke box entirely would mean remaking the funnel, dome, safety valve, and the tanks with potentially the details. I had to figure it out with the strict time limit I had. Again, we have to fix this, export it, and make sure there weren't any issues with the model before releasing it on the Patreon, as Kiwi and I were both leaving for the UK in less than 2.5 weeks. And it's already the 20th.
And it's 100% okay if you don't love it anymore.
Damn.
Okay, so as you'll see here, this is the smoke box, and if I try to make it smaller in any way, this starts feeding in. Okay, so this is part of the tanks. So if I try and make it smaller, it takes over the tanks. Got it? Now, if we try to paint this black, it's gonna clip through here. It's not gonna work.
Tears fall from the sky. Minding the hooligans, I think I'm losing it. Hope you're along for the ride. Buckle the seatbelt. So many women to crash and die. Who can I call when I need help? Juggling, thugging, depression and pride. Saying it loud like James. Rolling the window down. Ayy, I'm infatuated with folklore. I look in the mirror and see something missing, I feel like it's you. I know that it's you. So black and loving the kiss from her mom, call me her son, she let me stay with her. Maybe we live in her wrong, can't go to prom. Send me a prayer up to the heavens above. Is it a match for us? Where the Tupac and them go? Where them Seahawks and them go? Swavy and Draco, Riches and Schleifo. I spend a lot of my time missing our kinfolk. Put them inside of a rhyme, hoping they live on.
That was pretty difficult. I don't remember if I liked the challenge or hated it, but either way, it's done. We passed around the photos for a third pass and feedback, and the general consensus was that these parts in the front of the smoke box still made the model look a bit much. So we removed them, as well as the step plate things. We reverted them to be the ones in the TVS style, just for consistency's sake with the other hybrid iterations. And finally, the model was done and ready for its second take at exporting. Now, I'll pass it off to Kiwi to talk about his experience in exporting this model, basically from scratch, a whole second time.
I've been loving you.
Alright, well, all I remember is that Kiwi was stressed out trying to get him in game in time before we left, and he spent a lot of long nights working on him to get him to the patrons on time. At long last, Kiwi was able to finish the export and publish the hybrid duck model on the 10th of July before leaving for the UK on the 10th of July. That's right, just 12 hours before leaving to catch his plane. And speaking of Kiwi, I want to publicly give him a big thank you for putting up with my negligence on this model and basically having to export this whole model from scratch 3 to 4 times, as you'll come to find out later in the video. So if you have a chance and are in the Patreon, please take the 5 seconds to give Kiwi a big thank you for this duck model. And also in the Patreon server under the Express Coach tier is an exclusive first look at KiwiConductor's newest and big project, 4 Little Engines. That's right, he's adapting all 4 stories beautifully with great cinematography in one big cinematic video. Keep an eye out on this release coming soon, or take action and see the exclusive sneak peek now available on the Patreon and Patreon Discord server. But with that, and no ifs, ors, and buts, this time Hybrid Duck was officially done. Well, at least the first version was. Several months later, this model has taken quite some time to complete, and might be the second longest model in development, just behind Hybrid Thomas. We're back from the Grand Tour, and it is officially over. A few months since we came back have been vacated to the issues of the day-to-day life I stated in the beginning of this installment. The soonest opportunity I had to work on the Hybrid series, or any 3D model for that matter, was ironically Halloween. Ooh, spooky! Coincidence or not, I'm dying, dog, it's real bad. Coincidence or not, we must come back to finish what I started. What comes now is the second version of Hybrid Duck, a smokeboxless duck more akin to the Kenny illustrations, per Kiwi's request. So, let's warm up my modeling skills to prep for the next year by prepping me with a semi-simple model to create. You guys, at this point in time, I hadn't 3D modeled in almost 5 months. We start by pasting over to a new file folder to create the 2 different models. Now, to remove the said smoke box.
So basically, you little rascals, all we have to do really is remove the smoke box, hey? And there you go. There you go. Pay me 15 quid.
No. So I'm on live. So my quality of the recording software is not good, but it's fine. So it's kind of like that, you know, more TVS. That's basically it. There's just a gaping hole here that I have to fill up. And then, much like TVS Duck, I have to merge the funnel. I might just make it separate. And I have to reattach the bottom now, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, see how it goes. I'd like to take this time to remind everybody that I'm washed, and this is not my. I mean, it looks normal, you know. Shit.
Well, there we go. I guess I did remember Blender. Came back to me like remembering how to ride a bike. And then Kiwi low-key sabotaged me by trying to make me basically make HyperDuck just TVS Duck again. No. And there we go. Now, both iterations of HyperDuck are officially complete. And there you have it. With all his flaws and beauties, Hybrid Duck is officially complete and available now on the Patreon. Pledge today and receive not only both Hybrid Duck models, but also Hybrid Edward, Hybrid Toby, 2 versions of Hybrid Percy, 3 versions of Hybrid Thomas, and now again 2 versions of Hybrid Duck, all for just $20. There has never been a better time to pledge to our Patreon than now. But remember, all these models are early access and will be released publicly for free on the Sudrian Industries website eventually. Some sooner than you think.
Ain't these supposed to be my glory days? Late nights that I can't even feel my face.
Thank you everyone for watching, especially if you have made it this far. It has been one difficult latter half of the year where I've been facing adversities left and right and have been fighting to keep the SudrianRails channel alive. I wish I had the right string of words to explain the hard stuff without being too outwardly negative and melodramatic whilst captivating your attention and not feeling like a negative presence. I know I have to use the hybrid models to explain how I'm feeling and what's really going on, because at least then I'll know you'll listen. I know this video was a mess, but I think it's a perfect representation of how my life has been going and what's going on inside my head. I hope you had a good few laughs and resonated with me. I really wanted to do all I could and touch every base with this video, seeing as I truthfully don't know when the next video will come out. There's a lot of pressure on me currently in every aspect of my life, and I just have to find the correct flow to make all this work out in the end. I've been looking for 7 months. I still haven't. Thank you for bearing with me. I owe you guys the world.
I don't know, Kamari, you put a lot of pressure on yourself, but I don't think it's too much that you can't handle. It's just a matter of, focusing on what you gotta do, and sometimes, you just have to just relax and go with the flow. Things always have a way of working out. Just focus on what you gotta do. And you know what I always say, to get something you never had, you have to do something you